game. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he is out of bounds here on the return.
Yeah, I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. I turn the knob, camera assist, I'm incredible. Yeah, came for the dollars, call it vegetable. Then I did the dash, can I catch me, bro? Ooh, then I did the dash, can I catch me, whoa? Your whole team is no competition. Boy, I did it by myself, it's a solo mission. Running up the charts, I'm a fool, dog. Turn the whole field to a schoolyard. Bunch of students ain't eating round here. I'm the GOAT, little man, and I made it loud and clear. Put the gas on them like I'm with the Cavalier. Show no love, got the confidence, no fear. I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Okay, yeah, then I hit that. Okay, yeah, then I hit that. Sorry, like you know. Okay, yeah, then I hit that. Okay, yeah, then I hit that. Yeah, stars born, I've been ready for this. Since like 9-5, I've been eager for this. Talent on the rise, I'm consistent with this. Trophy is the prize, ain't no gimmicks with this. Okay, now what's left on them? Told you I'ma flex on them. I did it all subtle, ooh, and then I hit that exit on them. Gotta blame my fate.
Playoff fever has come to upstate New York, and there's a look at Bills Stadium here at Orchard Park. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl, and it'll be a great one between the Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills. The winner here gets a ticket to Tampa. The loser stays home, and we are underway in the AFC Championship game. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Running out of the gun. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards.
First down, Ravens.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 42-yard line. Jackson. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Now they can't bring him down. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 11 yards there, first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line.
Well, I sure wouldn't be surprised if we see more of this as this game goes on, because we know they like to use their wideouts either on quick throws or on jet sweeps like what we just saw there. And to say that that one worked well, partner, that's stating the obvious.
And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. From the gun, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Hide on the coverage.
So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker, Justin Tucker, out onto the field. This will be a 37-yard attempt. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. Not a touchdown, obviously, but playoffs, you're on the road. At least you put something on the board.
I would agree with that totally. You're not exactly sending a message to the opposition, but you are letting them know that you came to play.
Roberts on the return. And he returns this to the 22.
Ray Roberts on the return. The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And nice yardage right off the bat here as he's up to about the 24-yard line.
He was brought down.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
On the pickup.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Rico Gafford, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Allen finding Brown for a Bills 1st down. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the 1st down there, help them relax a little bit.
They'll run with Geis. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now on 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. Then they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
At the 48-yard line.
first and 10. It's Dobbins. Past the 20. And all the way down to the 5. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Jackson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. From 8 yards out. And the Ravens will extend their lead. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down pass on first and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up first and 10. His throw incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Allen. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline. And now he's made another mistake. Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then. Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if he continue to throw into double coverage. He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. They work again from the 38 on second and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
5 yards on the play, and it's third down.
Now it's Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground?
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick, and he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. It had been a near-perfect beginning to this football game. Already a double-digit lead first quarter, but there, first misstep.
And you know how it is, partner. Sometimes when everything's going right, you start to feel like you can do just about anything you want on the field. This one didn't work out. If I were him, I'd go to my defensive captain and say, pick me up, my man. Help me out.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Calais Campbell in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. It's Chuck Clark picking it off.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Now Jackson. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Down at the 26. It's a gain of 10. First down, Ravens.
Nothing to score after one on EA Sports.
10. Bills nothing.
Right back to Dobbins on first. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
He was taken.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. Jackson, draw play to Dobbins. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a third down and 6.
No gain on the play. And it's third down.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
A 49-yard attempt.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. That's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
First and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Throwing on second and 3. Allen, and he fires one incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Going deep for Diggs. And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs. 61 yards. And the Bills draw a bit closer. Extra point attempt to come here. And that'll make it 13-7.
Good. Makes the score Ravens 13. Bills 7.
So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. Thomas. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
On second down now, Dobbins. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
And it brings up 3rd down.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Andrews. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Jackson to Andrews on that one. 1st down, Baltimore. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. Flushed out right. And that's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield?
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? The quarterback gets hit.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Jackson from the shotgun, eluding the pressure right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. Picked off around the 37. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. Quick throw here by Allen, complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Rico Gafford, 51 yards. And the Bills are an extra point away from taking the lead. And this puts them on top by a penny. It's 14-13.
The score, Bills 14, Ravens 13.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Thomas. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And a reminder, folks, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports Halftime Report coming up shortly. The coach with us, as always, as he will start to look ahead to Super Bowl 53. He's going deep for Brown, and this will be caught at the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 39 yards there, a big one.
And in the run-up to this championship game, so much was made about how would this offense hold up on the road in a hostile environment. Well, that's not the definitive answer, but what a great first answer from them, that big play right there.
10 more there and another first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Throwing is Jackson. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big.
And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened them up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Allen. Buying time to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. The improv act there, good for 9. And now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. And this defense going to bring out a couple extra DBs here on 3rd and a yard. Now Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
87, incomplete. Marlin
on 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. DeAnthony Thomas will return it for Baltimore. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. So that one will be accepted. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. So we come upon halftime in the AFC title game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Bills take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, it's Allen. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Calais Campbell in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. The Bills send the punter out. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Here's Thomas. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 43-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Jackson now off the bootleg, rolling to his right. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, and now it's 3rd down.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll try to draw here with Dobbins. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. To return is Roberts. So possession goes over here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 20-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
The quarterback.
He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Flush to his right. Rumbling past the 30. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down.
That's another.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3-and-out.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll try and get it with Geis. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The Ravens' 36-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Allen. He'll check it down to Geis. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
On first down, this is Geis. Malik Harrison on the tackle.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now, if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want, but on the defensive side of the ball, you scramble a little bit. Now you're behind, trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They run with a rookie from Utah. This is Zach Moss. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Bills are an extra point away from taking the lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag, so they will accept the penalty and move forward. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Taken in the end zone. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
But conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like you had green on that play.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
From the 16, Jackson. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. J.J. Watt able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Quick slant to Brown. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
But it brings up 4th down.
Here's Sam Cook now as he'll kick it away for the second time. 1 quarter remains until we crown the AFC champion. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Sam Cook now as he'll punt it. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Anxious moments there on the fake, but they do get just enough to pick up the first down. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. A.J. Klein came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. From the gun, Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. It's worth noting when you talk about Jackson's running ability, the Baltimore wide receivers had just over 1,400 receiving yards combined last year. And, Charles, that was the fewest yards by a wide receiver group in the NFL since 2011.
And, partner, I expect that number to go up this year. Last season, Lamar Jackson got very comfortable with his tight end group. In fact, he had one tight end that went to the Pro Bowl. But I think now, because of his ability to run the ball, it'll bring defenders closer to the line of scrimmage, and you'll see more big plays from the wide receiver.
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. Here now, Roberts. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
34-yard line.
Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And the pressure mounting with every passing minute. It's palpable right now. They're on top in the 4th quarter, clinging to that lead. A potential Super Bowl berth resting on their ability to manage the clock and manage that small lead.
2nd and 6.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun, Allen. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Allen, no gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now,
this is caught inside the 15. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bills will add on to their lead. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at the big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Thomas. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
On the return, the Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they are in need of points here, no doubt about that. With a Super Bowl berth on the line and trailing here in the fourth quarter, this possession gigantic. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. They go play action with Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards, a first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. A short throw caught by Andrews. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Now a carry for Dobbins. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here comes a big one as this crowd gets up making some noise. It's 3rd and short. From the gun, Jackson dancing to his left. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
First down, Baltimore.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 48-yard line. Operating from the gun, Jackson. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. J.J. Watt getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Jackson to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Jackson. He's going to let it fly. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
Pardon, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Jackson's throw on target to Willie Snead. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Willie Snead. 36 yards. And now the Ravens, they're just a 2-point conversion away from tying this up. They're not home yet. They still need the 2-point conversion to keep their Super Bowl dreams alive. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. And And the failure to convert and tie the game, now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down one. What's the sense? I like what they did.
And the Bills are going to recover. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
So Allen's going to look to throw. Going deep. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Stephon Diggs sending his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Thomas. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Thomas on the return. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Flushed out right. It's complete to Brown, right side. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing now is Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Marquise Brown was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off.
Well, they needed the touchdown and the 2-point conversion, but they're not going to get a shot at either. This is a great play here defensively, Brandon, and at a time that they sorely needed one. And that could be enough to help get them out of here with a victory.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And they will take a knee here.